Revelation through conversation.
WallStreetWindow.com. Gold, silver, the stock market. WallStreetWindow.com. Perhaps you're invested deeply. Perhaps you're not in deep enough. Maybe you're thinking about getting started. WallStreetWindow.com. Michael Swanson, the brilliant author of The War State, understood these trends professionally for many years, and now he gives you the benefit of his knowledge. WallStreetWindow.com. Go there now. Go there now. Go there now.
In Denial, Secret Wars with Airstrikes and Tanks by Larry Hancock. Secret wars became a staple of U.S. covert operations and are still happening today. Larry Hancock's book, In Denial, rips the cover off many of them. Using new files, it exposes things about the Bay of Pigs that no one has ever written about before. It shows why it really failed and why the United States did not learn from it. Secret wars became a staple of U.S. covert operations and are still happening today. It also shows why other countries today are doing secret operations with more success. This is the book that puts what some want to deny into the light. In Denial, Secret Wars with Airstrikes and Tanks. Larry Hancock. For more information, go to larry-hancock.com. Pick up your copy of In Denial at amazon.com in digital or physical form.
Support Chuck O'Celli at O'Celli.com.
Smoke-free. A diversified, multicultural, postmodern deconstruction is politically, anatomically, and ecologically incorrect. I've been uplinked and downloaded, I've been inputted and outsourced. I know the upside of downsizing, I know the downside of upgrading. I'm a high-tech lowlife, a cutting-edge, state-of-the-art, bi-coastal multitasker, and I can give you a hearted, cool customer, voice activated and biodegradable. I interface with a database, and databases in cyberspace, so I'm interactive, I'm hyperactive, and from time to time I'm radioactive. Behind the eight ball, ahead of the curve, riding the wave, dodging the bullet, pushing the envelope. I'm on point, on task, on message, and off drugs. I got no need for coke and speed. I got no urge to binge and purge. I'm in the moment, on the edge, over the top, but under the radar. A high concept, low profile, medium range ballistic missionary. A streetwise smart bomb. A Top Gun bottom feeder. I wear power ties, I tell power lies, I take power naps, I run victory laps. I'm a totally ongoing Bigfoot slam dunk rainmaker with a proactive outreach. A raging workaholic. A working rageaholic. Out of rehab and in denial. I got a personal trainer, a personal shopper, a personal assistant, and a personal agenda. You can't shut me up, you can't dumb me down, because I'm tireless and I'm wireless. I'm an alpha male on beta blockers. bite-sized, ready-to-wear night come. Scientifically formulated medical miracle. I've been and I have a rude dude.
Independently support, but quite frankly, I'm on that business model too. And look, I'm not going to complain, but I'm going to complain, okay? Because people want to support you, love you to death, but honestly.
So if you're listening, this is a very subtle request to support the damn show, and I want you to do this too, because the Shelley Report is one of the few places where Greg can get his the stuff out. I mean, you'll still see my violence in these outlets, but nevertheless, be a regular on CNN and on MSDNC, but no more.
Revelation.
Ochilly.com.
Revelation through conversation.
Warning, 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 warning. This is a Menacing broadcast. Code Red, Code Red, here we are. Pick up your iPads, your cell phones, and have me and listen to Uncle the Podcast. Watch out. If you're sitting down for this, or if you're standing up, you better get ready for this, because it's gonna hit the eardrums. Uncle the Broadcast.
You are listening to Uncle the Broadcast. My name is Aaron. I'm the nephew-in-law. Here with me is the star of the show, Uncle.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is my hour now, and we are talking about... First of all, it's 263 episode. This is the big episode everybody been waiting for. Top Gun number 2 has been out, and I have seen the show. And Porkins, an old Porkiny boy up there, has started this conversation. Part number 2 is coming out. 2 is coming out. All right, 3 months, waited. Now we finally seen it. Now, what do you have to say, Porky?
Well, I mean, one, it's just an honor to be with you here on the broadcast. I'm just watching, Aaron. I wish I had my video on. I could see the two of you on the live stream.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there you are.
But yeah, I mean, it's good to be here, Uncle. And I mean, I loved Top Gun Maverick.
Oh yeah, I did too.
I was telling Aaron earlier. I don't know if it's my favorite Top Gun film. I still like the first one. But I'm interested to hear your take on it, Uncle.
You mean you? Oh man, you got a long way to go there, Porky. You got a long way to go if you thought this was bad, wasn't good. Oh boy. I got this review for my whole hour. I can throw it out and have it over for maybe 2.5. The way I'm going to talk.
You could go for a while there, couldn't we?
Well, yeah, I could.
So much to talk
I could talk about this thing. You got to be crazy.
Yeah.
This is amazing how this movie came out.
What's the most amazing thing that you think?
First of all, what came out of it? Let me start since I've seen it.
Start from the start.
We got he got into his spot where everybody said this is the desert, and it was the desert show in where he had his
the beginning,
plane, where he had his plane, and he was working on the plane.
In the beginning.
Now, in the beginning. Yes, I'm in the beginning of the show.
I know, but
and he then thought back in the beginning of his friend.
Yeah.
Kept reminding himself about what happened and knowing what happened on the first time and realized it and just had thoughts. and then they kept on working, and then it started the second show, the second half.
Yeah. So a lot happening. We got a lot of people in the chat too. So I want to say thank you everybody for being here live and showing up for the chat. Got creative accidents. I see
crazy accidents. You better be on the phone.
He's asking if we're going to rate this movie 1 to 10. I think in the end we're going to have to do that. But yeah,
we are going to do that. Believe me, we are going to rate this.
Okay, so we will do that for sure. There we go.
Yeah, I know I am. This was some movie. I mean, you talk about one. Let me tell you, since we're into this thing, I believe it is blown out of proportion. Number 2 went overboard, then better than number 1. My opinion, it went over much better.
Controversial.
Oh, so that answers that question, because people were asking whether, or I guess we were wondering whether you'd like 1 or 2. Clearly, you said 2.
I thought you were going to like the first one more, Uncle.
Well, it did until I saw how the second started, and then went on from the first one. See, it had a story to it, like we all know, and it became to his friend was his son, and his son was telling him, you are not ready. But at the end of that show, he showed him who was ready. That's how. Who said that?
That's me, because I got a question. I got a question.
Oh, okay? You got a question.
Pierce. Yeah, Pierce is saying he likes the first one better. You're saying the second one is way better.
Way better. Much better. In my opinion.
Yeah, but is it because of the action or the story or what, Uncle? Why are you saying that? And then maybe let Pierce answer why he says the first one is better in his mind.
I gotta say, it's the ladies.
The ladies?
Ladies.
In the second one?
Oh, yeah. I couldn't understand who was that girl in the second one. I've been trying to put that through my head. Now, wait a minute. You saw it.
Yeah, I saw it.
But I'm trying to put it
about
through my head about the lady that was in the second movie.
She's very famous.
No, she's very famous. I understood. I heard that. But it's still not pictured into my head.
You don't know who that is?
Yeah, correct. That's it.
Okay.
I didn't know who exactly it is.
You want to field this one?
Do you want to hit this one?
Well, it's so the actress is Jennifer Connolly, but that character is mentioned briefly in Top Gun 1. It's not. I thought the whole time that was supposed to be Kelly McGillis, his love interest, and I remember I walked out of the movie theater and Amy was like, "There's no way that was Kelly McGillis."
And who the heck was it then? I mean, here I am. I'm thinking, like the same thing you was thinking in the names.
There's one line in the first movie where Goose and Maverick are talking, there's something. It's something about Maverick, you're always getting in trouble. Like, remember when you took that admiral's daughter out for flying lessons? That is who the Jennifer Connelly Penny, whatever, that's who that character is.
Oh.
So when he dated once when she was 18.
I got to go back to number 1 because I did not see that part.
I was wondering about that.
I can watch it on Reflex, but it's on there. But I have to go back and look at that because that's what got me confused.
The thing that got me confused is that her house, Jennifer Connelly's house in Top Gun Maverick, didn't that look exactly like Kelly McGillis' house?
Yes, it did. I was wondering if that was the same spot in San Diego. I'm like, that looks like the same house.
Yeah, same house.
I shocked. I started watching Top Gun, the first one when we got back last night, and I fast forward to that. It's not quite the same house.
Okay.
But it looks so. I mean, I guess it's just like all houses in San Diego near military bases look the same.
Well, it's a little beach house, like right on the water. So it's like, yeah, okay, this is a beachfront house, little thing, but very nice.
Looks just like the other house, though.
Yeah, I thought it did. It's on like a very similar street. So yeah, I thought that's what I was saying too. I'm like, I know, because I knew it wasn't the same character, but I was confused about the character. I'm like, who is this love interest exactly?
That's what I was
She's a
thinking.
bartender, but I don't know. And yeah, I asked the same question. I'm like, well, why does she live in the same house? What's going on here?
Right? It's so bizarre.
Yeah, that was that was one of the probably like not as good choices in the movie.
But Uncle said it's better because of the ladies. So my question is it better because of the lady characters, or is it better because the ladies are prettier, you think, in this movie than they were in the 80s?
Yeah, second one you said.
Oh, okay. You're a Jennifer Connolly fan.
Yeah, a Connolly fan.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a Connolly guy.
All right.
Who's Connolly? Who's Connolly, man? You? Me?
You are.
Oh, I am.
Yeah, clearly.
I mean, but I just couldn't understand who she actually was when I was trying to figure it out.
It's confusing.
They get all these actors together, and okay, you get these actors together. All we saw was a film part of the thing, but we didn't see anything in that side clip that before this movie began, and nothing about these ladies. But then they came out on YouTube. All of a sudden, they started coming out like flies on YouTube. Put on the thing, listen to YouTube, and bam, here they are. All these new people coming out of the movie. Everybody shot out, and they shot out and they showed everybody.
Oh.
No, I was doing the show like that, but
that was like a premiere event.
Yeah, premiere.
Okay,
premiere.
yeah, you gotta
That's
have
the
the
word.
premiere.
The premiere with those people, and then all of a sudden, here they come. Well, another thing I got expressed with this movie was how Maverick was the teacher. I was very, very surprised. He knew how to do the job. He knew what he was doing, but though, all right. And a girl that's learning to fly said, "Who's gonna be our instructor? Who's gonna be our instructor?" She kept on saying that to people. I said, "Well," I said to myself, "There he comes." So he comes in. The thing. Here we're gonna go do this. There's a war out there. Gonna exercise to try to get you guys to fight and beat these people. So, and then he goes on, talks about the things threw the book away. Actually threw the book in the trash pit. I mean, he knew everything. He knew it in the brain. That's where you gotta learn it, in the head, to know what to do. The sergeants ahead of him, he gotta have the book. You gotta have all this stuff. What do you need the book for? Throw it in the trash can if you have it in your brain.
He's living up to the call sign Maverick. He's
that's right.
Maverick,
and the Maverick name. The Maverick name.
Yeah.
Is what it's.
So, Uncle, you buy Tom Cruise as the instructor. It's not like okay, I don't know if I believe Tom Cruise as the instructor. I believed him as the man. You buy him as the instructor here in this movie.
In this movie, he's an instructor. The reason at the end of the first movie, do you remember?
The end of the first movie?
Our guest said. He said, "What would you want to be?" And he said, "An instructor."
Does he say that?
Yes, at the end of part one. At the end of part
the
one.
Maverick character?
Maverick, if you listen to it, listen to one again. And he'll tell you at the end of the movie. He'll tell you what he wanted to be.
Okay.
And he meant what he said, and he did what he said.
So this movie fulfilled that.
Did it. Yeah.
It fulfilled that.
That's what got my attention.
Oh, good.
That's what got my attention in the whole movie. That part
The
of
fact that he came full circle.
That he came full circle and it said what he meant and did what he said. And it meant. And he did it. And he was the instructor. He said...
This is kind of like Horton Hears a Who meets Top Gun.
Right. Or something like...
Yeah.
Something like that. And if you
the same movie. I'm curious if Pearse finds it totally believable, and I hear that he didn't remember that same part. So, what we got Pearse. I mean, you could talk about this next week too, Uncle. I'm sure you're gonna.
Yeah, I am.
Let's get from Pearse.
Yeah,
this too.
Is it believable?
Yeah, go ahead. You tell us what you think there, Pearse.
Oh yeah,
out of your batch that you thought about it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I believed he was like the teacher. I thought that was they say that he was a Top Gun instructor and then he gets kicked out after 3 months.
Right. Yeah, that was it.
I believe him coming back for sure. Yeah, I thought he was like great. As the, I mean, I am curious to see what you guys thought of the Iceman's.
Yeah. Oh, that's the other part I gotta. That's the other part.
That also that gave me a little tear jerking moment when he first sees him.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was emotional. That worked. Wouldn't you agree, Uncle?
Yes, that part did, because that part. Let me say that part is what brought him into part 2. Brought him there. He said he was doing his shop, and then they called for, he wanted Iceman talk to the sergeant somehow. I don't know how this evolved, and said, I want to bring Maverick in. And he kept telling him, and he represented Maverick. Ice did. I said, I want to hear from get a man that knows what he's talking about, and I want Maverick to do it, and that's what happened.
So yeah, Iceman was definitely the champion of Maverick.
Yeah,
so
he was
Val
a champion.
Kilmer, his character's brought back and shown to be a true friend.
Right? Exactly. But he said about the wingman, you can be my wingman anytime. Oh, but that wingman at the end of part 2. Ooh, this is going to be good.
Brewster?
What? Oh, yeah, Brewster. Yeah, Brewster. That guy, he came back. He came to his rescue. Oh,
yeah, sure.
And boom, there he was. I said, wait a minute, back up. Hold up, I need my backup man. The guys were shooting, yeah, going at each other, back and forth, fighting, shooting, point the bomb, throwing the knife, point the thing, and he said, I'm out of there. Where's my backup man? And all of a sudden, here he came, blew the last end, and said, boys, let's go home. And they went home after that. Mm-hmm. That was something. But what got my surprise at when Maverick was in there and then took off without permission, took the plane, did it himself. This what got my attention, part game 2.
Uncle, you've got the attention of the chat room.
I know, I got their attention. They better been listening to this movie.
They're listening to you, and they're very excited about your enthusiasm. Is contagious, I think, because
in the chat room.
In the chat room, yes.
Well, I sure hope they listen to the movie.
Yeah.
You know, boy, I'm telling it now. But I lost track what I was talking.
I
don't know what they're excited about. I was trying to talk about.
They're cheering you on.
Yeah, and so he said, "Okay, we are going to go," and boom, he went down the alley, just like he taught the students, right down the alley, right down, blowing up in the air. And he destroyed, and then boom, he got hit. Bam. and then them guys were thinking, oh no, where'd Maverick go? But then the guy they said you weren't ready, his son, what's his son, learning how to run the planes, he was the hero. He came down, shinably down, and saved Maverick at the end. And he said, I wasn't ready, huh?
Now, Pearse, any thoughts on Uncle's review here, or his commentary? Just evoking anything in your memory or conjuring?
I love the moment where they both, after they crash, and I actually, I gotta say, because you think, oh, nothing bad could happen.
Yes, it did.
When Maverick got hit, I was like, he's done. I was like, oh my god, like they killed Tom Cruise, like that. I just like it was so unexpected. But I love that moment where they both crash. There's like kind of they're sort of joking, or it was a little funny there. But my thing is I was kind of, and I was saying this to Aaron earlier, I was like surprised at how like unsure of himself Rooster was. And I guess my question is like, would you, let's say you're Maverick, would you have picked Rooster as your wingman for that mission, or would you have gone with Hangman?
I would have turned it a little. I would have seen what Hangman would have done. And I would have went with Hangman for some reason. For a purpose, I don't figure yet, because I have to figure out when it's out again, and to look it over and see. But I think these two, were like fighting each other.
Well,
telephone.
Okay, we're gonna get to the caller in a second, but before we do, I want to say that Creative Accident says that Uncle's face looks like he is doing an upside down high G turn with all the veins popping out.
That was the other thing, upside down turn, and he showed them how he did that too on a plane.
Yeah, he sure did.
B-52s.
B-52s. But Uncle, let's take this call. We got
Who's this call?
We're live
somebody on this call. I'm forgetting that callers. Hello, on this caller. Who is this, and who? This is the Uncle Hour. Who is on this line?
Jimmy James and Uncle. I need you guys to email me your address so I could send you those chairs.
Oh. Really?
Go.
Wow, that's really generous, Jimmy. If you want the address, it is on the site, either UncleThePodcast.com or TheAgeOfTransitions.com. If you go there and you go to
your physical address, because they ain't gonna mail chairs.
Oh, it's a chair. It's a chair. Okay. Yeah. Just send me an email then. Just send me an email and I'll respond with that. We're all good. We're all good.
So I check responded to the emails. I'm doing the. Yeah, because I'm doing
two chairs.
Two chairs.
I'm getting you two matching chairs.
Matching chairs? Crazy. Oh, for this here? Oh, we're going to have to get rid of these.
These are chairs that we're going to have to run an F-18 flight simulator in these chairs.
Oh.
And then, make a live stream out of that. We do our own Top Gun.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
Be exciting.
Yeah, we'll get rid of these two. We won't need these two.
Yeah, just send an email, Jimmy.
Yeah, just email.
That's cool.
Yeah. We got in the middle of this. I'm doing this show. Jimmy, did you see the show for any chance? This Maverick show.
I have not actually seen the movie.
All right, you have to see it. We can't. I've got a guy that's been talking. We've been talking to a guy that saw it.
Well, I've still seen the original, and I need, as a Top Gun franchisee enjoyer, I do need some clarifications because I am listening in.
Oh, on the first one?
Well, no. I got the first one, and the new one.
You have to see it.
Like they kept showing like a guy that looks like the instructor from the first movie, the dude that was on Poltergeist.
Oh, Tom Skerritt.
No, he wasn't in it.
Yeah, but he was in the first.
Oh, yeah, he was in the first one, but he wasn't in the second one, no. If that's what you think.
Yeah, but they showed a guy that I thought was Val Kilmer that looked like identical to his character, like he was carrying on the tradition of, I don't know, that dude.
Hangman?
Caveman. Or was it the one that was always talking, saying, "We have to do something, but what can we do?"
The guy,
what was that guy? The guy was saying, "I still got to do something here." Who was that?
He's got the same haircut and flat top as that guy, and the same mustache as that guy from the first movie.
Oh, you're talking about Goose's son, yeah.
Tito's son? Who?
Yeah, that's the son of the Goose character. Which
Oh, the
in
Goose
this is
guy.
called Rooster. The character's Rooster.
Oh, Rooster.
Yeah, right, Uncle?
Yeah.
I think that's what Jimmy's.
Yeah, that's what he's talking. Oh, yeah. Well, who's on it now? I want to talk about it. He hasn't seen the show.
Yeah, Jimmy, man, you gotta get up to speed.
You got to get up to speed and watch that show.
That's important.
Go to the movies. Take your weekend. Go to the movies and see this show.
There you go. There's
Jimmy,
your assignment.
That's your assignment for this weekend.
Yeah.
All right, Jimmy. Make time. Make time because you got to see this movie.
You got to.
Because before I can explain it to you, I mean you have to see it.
And then you can call back in and let us know.
You can call back
what you
in
think, because this is an ongoing thing.
This is a constantly. I told you this week it will be a talk about, and that's gonna blow my hell out. I told Chuck that it's gonna go out. I'm not just. I'm just saying.
I understand.
Because
I haven't seen it yet. I understand. I have to go.
Because when
you must go now, Jimmy.
Because I'm now in the process of showing that somebody has seen it, and we're discussing it.
Right.
I mean,
okay, I'll make an agreement with you, Uncle. I'll see you in this weekend.
Yeah.
Then next week I'll come.
You can
more
talk.
prepared.
We'll talk about it.
There you
All
go.
right.
Next, you can join that conversation.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah. Because I have to continue this. This is more excited with
This is important.
Where's
Pearse?
Pearse on there now.
Pearse, he's
All right,
right. There
Pearse.
he
Now
is.
let's have this more discussion. Now, what is these guys coming through these dummy lines, and so he got down, he got hit down and when it went, and the other guy went down, and they're saying, "Where'd the other guy go? Where'd the other guy go?" At the time, they didn't realize that he was going to save Maverick. That's the Goose's son. Didn't know at the time. Didn't know
what was happening.
They didn't know what was happening. They didn't say, "Where's he going? Where's he going?" Mm-hmm. Have you seen that part?
Oh yeah. I mean, then my heart was in my throat at that moment. I mean, I thought Maverick was dead.
Yeah, he was too.
And when Rooster, right? Like that scene with the helicopter.
Yeah. The helicopter.
Yeah, that was great,
that was good.
And
that was
that
good.
and that thought about him, thinking about it from how his father fell, he kept that in his mind. And that was in the beginning of the movie when he was showing that part where he died. And then he come back. He had that problem, got shot down in the second movie. But what happened? That was the question that everybody was wondering.
I kind of, and excuse me, but I want to go back to the beginning, which you mentioned, Uncle.
Oh.
That Tom Cruise's character starts the movie.
Yeah, well, it starts the movie
in none other than the Mojave Desert.
Oh yes, we know that, and that desert out there that we all
It's familiar,
talk about.
isn't it, Uncle?
Very familiar, but though talking about that for a minute, it came down to guess where else we saw San Diego. It was right there, dead center where they made the show.
Oh yes.
Right down center was right there. It said San Diego.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. San Diego was right there when we was watching the show.
Sure was.
That was what's surprising.
Yes.
How do you think about that?
What do you think, Pearse?
Pearse?
Have you been to that area of San Diego?
Well, have you, Uncle? I know that your sister certainly has.
I think I went to visit her one time there. Yeah.
Yeah, because she lived there for many years as my wife grew up there.
When my ex came, we both came to visit.
Yeah.
And we were down there, and we came to visit her.
Yeah, so surely you've been around there.
I've been around in that. I don't know about that area, but that was in a desert area, though.
Well, the Mojave Desert is inland, of course, and that's where we've been spending a lot of our time lately, Uncle.
Well,
but San Diego is coastal and the very southern tip of the state.
Yeah.
I
did visit. I can say, though, I did visit her. I can't go on a plane or somewhere to visit her.
I did the whole, and I forgot, like, Ed Harris is in the movie. I totally forgot that he was in the movie.
Yeah.
Until just now, but that whole sequence with that when he's doing like Mach 10 in that crazy jet, and I read this online, Uncle. You'd probably love this. That scene where the jet like flies over, that was like real, and that remember when the roof of that little building pops off?
Yeah.
They only had one take because they really destroyed it.
Every time something flies over, I think of one thing. The flyovers.
Maverick.
That he goes every single time. I'm going to do a flyover. It's clear. Pops the soda, the Coke, the beer. I mean, the coffee floods in the guy's sergeant's face. I think of that.
Uncle, I'll say this too. One thing that I will say that is better about Top Gun Maverick is I think the emotional storyline is there's just more there. The first movie, it's a little bit more kind of cheesy and everybody
love scenes.
Yeah, it's a bit more hollow.
Exactly. That's my point.
I admit that. And I think I just sort of love I think I liked the kind of cheesy 80s feeling, like with Iceman where he does that thing with his teeth.
Oh god.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But this one I was saying there's like kind of a redemption story that I like, that Maverick like couldn't, he's still 36 years later like hasn't gotten over Goose.
Right. He didn't.
What that does to him.
That did a lot of hurt on him on that part when he lost him in the first one. It like you said, it went over to the second movie, and he felt it, and then of course he knows his son came. He was a little guy at the time, in the first one. His son was a little guy at the time. Boy, do they grow.
Yeah.
Come the second movie, man, he's flying a plane. I never thought of something like that.
Yeah, he's on the piano. They showed the piano scene in this movie too. They kind of recalled that. And so
whoever thought that he would be a flight like his father? He followed his father. That's what the whole line of Goose and him was about.
Yes.
And that's what it was about.
Carrying on the legacy, so to speak. Yes.
Legacy of it.
Mm-hmm. So let's see. Creative Accents is saying, Uncle, from all personalities in your show, who'd you take as your wingman if you were Top Gun? From everybody in the show, I guess.
I would have took, believe it or not, that girl.
Phoenix?
Now, who was that girl's name? What was that girl's name?
Jennifer Connolly?
That was the girl that was flying?
Oh yeah.
Not Connolly. The one that was flying.
Oh yeah, what was her call sign? What was
her call sign?
The female pilot's... Who is it?
Who is it?
Phoenix.
Yeah, I would have told Phoenix to be a wingman woman, to see how they would react to it. That's who I would have.
was my favorite character.
Oh, Bob. Yeah. He was
Yeah.
funny. Yeah.
Bob.
It was cool how his call sign was his name. That was clever.
There was another one there that people didn't realize. This Fox guy.
You talking about Coyote?
Coyote.
Yeah,
Coyote.
Coyote, yeah.
Coyote. You were going nut on it, and he wasn't. He was sort of to the side. For some reason, they weren't close. Like there was Hangman and Rooster. Those two were going at it like cats and dog.
Yeah. They were adversarial in this.
Yeah, and I was watching how they reacted to each other in that too. When they were playing pool and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh.
There was some competition there. Yes.
I think that Phoenix was the most like level head. You know, she seemed the most capable. She wasn't so like Hangman. He scared me. Like I wouldn't trust him. I mean, maybe at the end of the movie, that Hangman is a little different.
Yeah, there's some redemption. Yeah.
So you were worried about the Hangman man.
He's gonna hang you out.
Yeah, so he was worried about him.
That was in his name. Yeah.
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 It was.
He'll leave you hanging. That's the name.
Yeah.
But
so, since you see it now, Sidekick, what did you like about it? That's what we've been yapping about it.
I liked a lot of things about it.
What was the main thing got to you?
The main thing that got to me.
Since we were saying we knew what he got, and knew what we got.
The main thing, I guess, is I think Pearse was hinting at it, is that they just do a good job with like the character, the story, and the relationships between the characters, and making you care about that. I do feel like this movie definitely did that way better. And I like that. The character development was really good in this. And they also made you feel as though you were a part of what was going on, too. The movie was good at making you experience the experience of the film. Like, you really felt like you were there.
In the jet.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they pulled that off. And I just never felt that with the first movie. I've said it before, I've said it again. I do not like the first Top Gun film. It's just, to me, it's boring. It bores me.
All right, so here's the thing. I'm hearing Pearse really liked the first one, even more than the second one.
But now I'm being convinced of the second one, I think.
Okay.
You're convinced of the second one?
Uh-oh.
Oh, I'm pushing him. I'm pushing him over. I'm pushing him over.
You're pushing ask this question because we got varying ages of people here, and maybe this might be something that's generational, because I see these articles about Generation X is loving this. Yeah, not me, but and I'm not even that anxious to go.
No, you're not.
No, I didn't really like the first movie. But here's the thing, and I never said that to you, Uncle, but I wanted to tell you, I wasn't into the first movie. I thought it was really silly.
Believe me, Chuck. Yeah. Take a weekend. I'm telling you, go. Just go and see this second one. Well, this
is why I'm asking. But this is why I'm asking the questions I'm asking. I want to see if it's worth it. Okay.
Believe me, it is.
Oh, worth it.
You asking me? You're asking anybody here. Asking me, yes.
You better ask Uncle.
You better go and see it. You want it? You want an answer? I'll give it to you.
No, I got you, but here's the thing. You might not see it the same way, and everybody here talking might see it differently, and you three saw it, so I wanted you guys to pass something around.
Oh, that's true.
You got the 1980s, right?
Yeah.
Look, let's just go for the low-hanging fruit quick. The bar scene and the whole bit and the way the relationships are handled, right?
Right.
You're not going to make that movie today with, I'm trying to bet down my instructor. Look at her sexy legs. People would be like, oh, you can't do that. Politically incorrect. There is no way that gets made today. Okay.
You mean, yeah. Oh, I see what you're talking about. Yeah, now I understand what you're saying about how.
Pass around, because Aaron is clearly the youngest one on the call, right? I think he's the youngest one on the call.
No. Pearse.
I don't I'm definitely younger.
Oh yeah, Pearse is younger.
Forget how young you are. All right. Well, good. Even so, okay. We got a gradient difference here in generations. Let's go at it. What about that aspect of it? The cheesy sort of low hanging fruit of the way '80s movies was handled with sexuality and all that, which
it's like
this. Okay, because it was a little more friendly than this. Well, I better be prepared to make sure that my relationships are absolutely consensual.
Right.
Yeah, not real world. Okay.
Right. Exactly. I mean,
but let's start with Aaron and then let you really cap it off and answer everybody, Uncle, because I think you got for everything.
Go ahead. Yeah, that's Aaron, a good point.
What about your thoughts on that? And I'm the guy who hasn't seen it, so I'm open question on this, right? What about that part of it? You think it suffers because it doesn't have the easy to go to stuff from the 80s, or is it better this way? What are your thoughts on that? The interplay there, because you guys have brought up the love scenes and the relationships, but clearly there's going to be a difference in the films there just based on when they were made. So what about that, Aaron?
Well, I thought they did good because they knew to make the fans happy, they had to have some continuity with the nostalgia and do it well. And they did, I think, with the soundtrack and the score, they had this 80s feel to the music. And I think that was enough to carry that feeling from the 80s over and sort of throw to the side like the cheesy machismo silliness and like the things that you're referencing, Chuck. In one part you want to love it just because it's so goofy and over the top. And just briefly, I'll mention, I think the whole sort of homoerotic thing of the first one was brought about just by the over-the-top nonsense of the 80s, and that's kind of what brought that about in part. But I was happy to not have that be part of this movie, quite honest, because a lot of that stuff just represents like the silliest parts of the 80s that I could do without. And again, I love the music from the 80s, so I'm glad that they kind of did that with this. So the cornball aspects of the 80s, I'm glad to see go. And yeah, I don't miss that. Pearse, what say you to this?
I mean, now I'm sort of being converted into Top Gun Maverick as my favorite. I think there's still a little bit of the, you know what it is? It's like they still have, which I think why Top Gun Maverick is a good movie, is that it still maintains that some of that cheeseball spirit of the first movie. Like Hangman is kind of like, okay, he's just a bad guy for, like, what's his deal? Why is he just horrible to everyone? Why is he, and that feels a little bit kind of like that 80s bad guy, like he's just the jerk. But, there's a little bit more kind of like heart and soul to some of these characters, I think. And I think that actually all kind of comes across well. And yeah, I think that the kind of like macho and kind of just misogynist stuff in the 80s. I don't need to see that in this one, and I'm glad that it doesn't have that. But I still think that it maintains the spirit of the first movie.
Yeah.
So it retains some of that, but doesn't hit it on the nose like it used to be. So this way you got kind of like a little hint at it, but it's not. It's clearly not one of those films. And I mean, what are you going to do? Bring Loggins out? I'm into the broken hip zone. I don't know. We're going to revive him.
Well, the beginning of Top Gun Maverick has Kenny Loggins.
Yeah. They brought the song back. They kind of
that song itself stuck. It's stuck on both of those movies.
Ooh,
stuck on both that on the first episode of what you said, Chuck. In the beginning, it's stuck.
It's become a part of the movie. It really
has.
I'll give it that.
Yes, that's what I'd give it. Yeah. I'll give it that.
So what do you think about that, Uncle? I mean, was the love? You clearly are saying you like Maverick better, but did you like the love scenes and the relationship in the first one better?
It was more shishy.
Okay.
Wasn't what they call the first one mushy. It wasn't that way. It was the other way, what I mentioned.
So it's more realistic, you think, Uncle?
Yeah, realistic.
More realistic.
Realistic. I couldn't think of the word. Yeah.
It's more believable.
Yeah, that is believable.
Okay.
The first one, it didn't have that. To me, it did not have that. It kept singing the song over and over, but it didn't have what you're discussing. That part that I'm thinking it was having in the second one. It just did not have it. For some reason, the music were good. They both were good, but it wasn't that scene. What you were talking about, Chuck.
Okay, gotcha. So just for the record, guys, and I'm going to shut up now and not ask any more questions, but now I've been informed about the new movie, so now I've got new choices to make, and Pearse is saying that maybe he's being convinced that he likes it better than the original, which he didn't start out there. Okay, so
I told you I'd turn him.
Look, about 10 to 12 minutes left in the
10
regular
12 minutes.
time.
I told you it was going to go long. I told you.
You told us. You did. Yeah, it sure did.
And keep them waiting for next week, Uncle.
Yeah. Now, the next week, I'm going to stop it there. For the next week, we'll stop it. We'll stop it at...
There could be some additional commentary you're saying next week. There could be some more coming.
More commentary.
More on the way, everybody.
But
in case we missed anything.
If we missed anything, that more will come next week. But
you never know.
Yeah. I will have it hold back.
And if Jimmy James does his homework, he'll have seen it. Maybe he'll call in, and you guys can really finish it off.
Yeah. Do that. Yeah. Do that. And you can get on and watching it too. Chuck.
Yeah. Everybody's welcome. Yes.
I can afford to go to the movies in between now and then, but
if you're my age, go $6 on Tuesday. You get a cheap call for a ticket. Senior citizen, $6.
In New Jersey, they used to give free movie tickets to blind people.
Find out what they got there then, and see what you can get.
We actually had a free movie ticket last night, so they paid for one movie ticket.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's old school. But they used to be able to actually get into movies for free, and bring another person as my guide in New Jersey, but stop that. Time ago. Anyways, about 10 minutes left. Aaron, just so you know, for time management, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, sounds good. Well, I mean, before we do get to the end, I guess we better get all the important things out of the way. We said that we'd rate this movie 1 to 10.
Oh yeah. Let my guest do them. Him and you. I'll go last.
Okay, guest goes first on the ratings.
On these.
I am gonna go. And I don't know. This might be too. I'm gonna say 8 out of 10.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And I mean, is that too high? I don't know.
No. You are allowed to rate it as you will, Pearse.
I would say I think that a lot of that too is the like in the cockpit film, like that stuff, like all of the like in the fighter pilot, like, that is just so good, and like no one could. I don't know if anyone's ever going to like recreate that quite that well. So that for me is sort of like makes it an 8.
Okay. All right. Now, 8 for Pearse, 8 out of 10. That's our scale we use, the 1 to 10 scale. Uncle, do I rate this?
Yeah.
Okay. I think people are going to be shocked here, but I'm going to give this movie, Top Gun Maverick, a 9 out of 10 rating.
Wow.
You believe it, Pearse?
I can believe it. Yeah, I think I know what Uncle's is going to be.
I can guess. I don't know if I'm going to be right, but mine's 9 out of 10 for what that's worth. Uncle, it's on you.
I don't believe this. What did we rate the last one? Anybody know?
Movie?
Remember?
I can't remember the last movie we rated. Honestly,
on the first one.
Oh, the first one? Oh, I don't know.
Go back a little, fellas.
I don't know.
I'm not little. Let's go. I think I would have rated that first one a 7.
We had to recap that.
Yeah, recap it on that first one. But this one, you're right, Maverick, you got it. You're over the top. The way he flew that plane, the way he gone down that plane, you got it. That guy knew how to fly. He just knew how to fly. Period. Wow. The teacher taught the student This is what you do. And he went and took the sergeants out of the picture and went and got the plane and did it.
So what's that equate to in 1 out of 10? 1 to 10?
That is over the top.
So
the
that
way the man just goes there and does that.
So it's a 10 out of 10, I think you're saying, Uncle. That's if I'm hearing you.
10 out of 10. I mean, I would have rated come to think of it, the first one, I would have went to 7.
7? Really?
I would have dropped it to 7.
To drop? You're dropping?
I'm dropping that first one. I was to 7. I would go 7 on the first one. The top. Shocked.
I am utterly shocked that you would only rate the first one a 7 with how excited you've been to see Maverick.
Yes.
And a bonus, Aaron, go back around. Now, having seen both movies, we have Uncle's rating of 7 and 10. I'd love to hear what number you guys would give the first one, you and Pearse.
Yeah, what would you?
Yeah,
what would you?
All right, Pearse, I'll shoot this to you first. Where's Top Gun 1 coming in?
I mean, that's tough. I mean, honestly.
Yeah, honestly.
I think I would give it a 10. That just shows how much I love the movie. But you know what? Let me just preface that quickly just by saying I also love the story of Don Simpson, the producer, along with his sort of like the mystique and the crazy excess of him. I think that also kind of inflates it a little bit. But I don't know. I mean, I love Tony Scott.
Yeah.
He was a great director, and I think that I would have loved to have seen his version of Maverick.
Yeah. I like the tribute to Tony Scott in the movie, and he does deserve it, and that was cool. I mean, I gotta rate Top Gun 1 like 5 out of 10. I'm sorry, it's just it's just not. 5? I just can't get into it. I'm sorry, I can't. I don't see how I ever will. I don't know.
5?
I don't care for it.
What did he say? 5?
5, yeah. A bit low, you know.
And I
you did it! You win it!
Wait, you're glad at that, Uncle. Uncle's glad I did it right. Okay.
Hey, you got it under me. That's surprising.
I haven't seen the second one, but I'll tell you something.
I know you haven't.
If it wasn't for Val Kilmer being in the first Top Gun, it wouldn't even make it to my 5, which is where it stands on the scale. So Val Kilmer brings it up at least a whole point, if not 2, in my head. I don't like the first movie. Really?
Yeah, you'd probably put it to 3.
Yeah, I might have. Without Val Kilmer in that movie, it's a 3.
What I said? What I tell? For next week, Chuck. Now, for next week, I'm going to continue this. When you get done watching it, I want to have your respect of it, and so on, and
maybe Jimmy or whoever
else goes.
Anybody who goes and watches it, please do call back into the Uncle Show in subsequent weeks. We want to hear what you say about Top Gun Maverick. We want to hear your 1 to 10 rating.
Yeah,
please don't hesitate to call in Friday night on Chelly.com.
Here's the thing. And here's the thing I want to say really quick. I think even if you hear this a month from now and you decide to go see the movie a month from now and you decide to call back into the show when we're live, I think Uncle will be more than happy to take that call. Even
I will. I would. As long as they call and seen the show, movie.
Well, sometimes people don't even hear the shows till 3 weeks later, Uncle. And, we want to say, it's not just this week. If you want to call back, probably for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
For the what you think.
Exactly. Put it out there at the end of the year. If people haven't seen it and want to see it, end of the year, I'll continue go to the New Year's up to the New Year's Revolution. Well, if they want to.
Well, and you know how it works. By the end of the year, if this movie's popular enough, you might be starting to talk about Top Gun 3.
Don't tell me that's coming out.
Well, no. But you know how it is with Hollywood. If something is successful, they go, well, let's do another one.
Oh, that's true. I didn't think of that.
Yeah,
so they sure do.
By the end of the year, we'll be talking about that.
It's the people that go to the movies make it. Let's make more. Let's make more. See, the actors, whoever they are, will do it. the people that like to see that.
It's a way of things,
Yeah,
Uncle.
that's how it works.
I just want to say thank you, Pearse, for
thank
coming
you.
on and fulfilling your promise, for being here.
Yeah.
This was a long-awaited episode. We've been looking forward to it, and it has not disappointed. So thank you for showing up for both hours.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It's been fun, man. It's been great to have you to be a part of this historic broadcast. Dare I say, Uncle?
Yeah. Well, I was surprised. Like I said, it was going to be a long one tonight. I would have went over the 2 minute, but an hour and a half.
And I want to say everybody probably learned. Well, I don't want to say everything they need to know about this movie, but they got a good start of it, so I'm sure they're going to want to see it. But,
that one in the trailer park, when we saw the beginning of the trailer park, in the beginning of it, ain't nothing compared to what we saw.
Oh, sure. Yeah, of course.
Cool.
Now,
piece of that show.
Is there anything else you'd like to leave, or anything you got to share with the audience before you go here, Pearse? Before we end the show.
No, just that I'm kind of excited to go see Top Gun Maverick again. Maybe that's about it. Yeah, I don't know. Just thanks for having me on. I love coming on the show and talking with both of you. I hope I can do that again soon. On any topic, but certainly Top Gun related.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Keep on this thing and make sure. See if one does come out. If 3 does come out, keep us informed.
Let us know.
Because I know he did.
You were on top of it with this one on all the news of the production and whatnot.
If it is one coming,
continue.
Let us know.
Very useful.
Yeah.
So Pearse Redmond, PorkinsPolicyReview.com. He's also got his Twitter. It was a fun show here tonight. I think we're at the end. I don't even know if we have time for shout-outs, honestly.
If everybody has seen it, shout out next week.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to say for everybody.
I'll ask Pearse if he has a shout. Do you want to give a shout out real quick, Pearse, before we go?
Yeah, I'll just give a quick Top Gun related shout out to Tony Scott and Don Simpson, both of whom passed away, but were instrumental in the Top Gun franchise.
Very good.
They were 2 people that passed.
Yes, they did. Yeah. Tony Scott, very sad.
Producer.
Oh,
sad story. Yeah.
That is.
But yeah, Uncle, that was the show. I'll just let people know that we are at Uncle Podcast on Instagram and Twitter, and the website is unclethepodcast.com. You can find us there. Thank you for listening to us live Fridays on achille.com. And we'll see you next time. Uncle, why don't you bring us home for now?
There's a 263 episode is gone away. See you next week. Bye-bye.